Hello everyone, thank you all of you for being here. This is Mr. Maurice. I'm pretty happy to start a new class with you. Today is Wednesday, 4th December 2024. For today's class, we're going to review, to refresh our mind, to recall all the information, exercises, everything that we have done during the unit number 2. So before starting, I would like to share some topics that we have learned by far in the unit number 2, right? So point number 1. In the point number 1, we study about nouns, all right? So remember, I need to take you back when you were student. Well, you actually students, but I'm going to take you back in time. All right, when you were in primary school, remember? Yeah, absolutely. When you were in the primary school, you learned about the noun. Remember your teacher in the primary school? Your teacher said about the noun. They say, what is a noun? Well, nouns I consider people, animals, places, objects, and more, okay? And more. But basically, we can work with people, animals, places, objects. These are nouns, all right? People, well, we can talk about the teacher, student, my family, my parents, my mother, my sister, the neighbor, my friend, Susie, Peter, and so on. Okay? So this is considered people. Now, let's move on the animals. Well, the animals, dog, cats, chameleon, cheetah, lion, elephant. Places, different places around the world, even your neighborhood. It might be the park, the church, the river, the soccer pitch. Objects, well, right now you have in your hands the cell phone. That is an object. Pen, pencil, the car, the motorcycle. All right? So this is a noun. People, animal, places, objects. And more, obviously. And more. Okay, so what else we study? We said that the noun can be either countable or uncountable. Remember? Yeah, they can be countable or uncountable nouns. What was the difference? Do you remember the difference between countable and uncountable nouns? Interesting. Well, let me tell you. What about the countable? Countable nouns. Well, the countable nouns basically are nouns that can be either singular and plural. So, in other words, this noun or this word can be either singular and plural, or they have singular or plural form. So that is countable nouns. A good example we can be person, which is singular, and people, plural. Another example might be student, so the singular, and students, the plural. We also studied that there are some rules about how to switch from singular to plurals. Yeah, we studied that. Remember the rules? If you don't remember, you can go back, look or search for the video in the unit number 1. All right? So remember, this rule is basically quite alike the one that you practice about the third person spelling rule with the verbs. For example, it might be like this, box. So the plural here is boxes with the suffix. You see the suffix? Es, boxes. Another kind of this, it should be lady. The plural, it's ladies. As you can see, it changed, right? Lady, singular, ladies, and plural. The other one, do not forget, it's pretty similar like this, okay? Boy and boys, okay? And also we have irregular nouns. So for example, we can say sheep. Sheep, the same spelling, one for singular and the other one for plural. We can also say the word. Let me think. Oh, child, children. Okay, so these are about the countable noun. So don't forget. In other words, we say the countable noun can be either singular and plural. That is countable. It can be counted, all right? We can say one person, two people, one student, 100 students, 2 boxes, 5 boxes, one lady, 3 ladies, one boy, 5 boys, one sheep, one child, 5 children. Okay, now let's continue with the other one. Okay, let's see it. Uncountable nouns. In the countable noun, it's quite important to understand that this is singular only. Singular only. Countable noun has no plural form. No plural. Singular only. So we can say the words like rice, sugar, obviously water, and well, we have more examples with work, even though the definition of this word in Spanish might be countable in our language Spanish, but in English it's uncountable. You will see why. Okay, let me think. Okay, there is another one, bread. Let's practice with this 4 words, 5 words. Okay, as I said before, the uncountable noun has no plural, singular only. So we can say rice and rice. So you cannot say rice. This is incorrect. It's not good. Incorrect at all. Sugar, sugar. No plural. Water, water. No plural form. Homework. As I said before, even though if you get your dictionary and look at this word on it, you will find that homework means deber, but in Spanish it's countable because we can say deber, deberes, but in English it's not possible. We only say homework. And bread is the same, right? Grab your dictionary, look up the word on it, you will get the word pan, right? But panes in Spanish, but in English it's not possible. Okay, so this is basically about the word countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, perfect. Now let's continue something else. Now it's time to call about the word some, any, and the word no. It's quite important for you guys to understand that this word probably has no meaning in our language. Yeah, oh, okay, if you grab your dictionary, you probably find, not probably, you find it in your dictionary. Okay, so something quite important to understand that we use the word some for positive sentences or positive structures, right? For positive, we use the word some. So we can say some apples, you see? Or we can say some books. Or we can also say some students, all right? So as you can see, yeah, okay, so all these words, they are countable because they have singular, apples, plural. Okay, we can also say here books, plural form, and here students, this is plural. So we basically use the word some in positive structures. So for example, we can combine something that we have already learned. I think it was the last week on Thursday we learned this. So we said they are, remember, they are some apples. This sentence is positive. So that is a reason we can use the word some. In the same way, we say I have some books. So that sentence is positive. I have some books. Or we can also say again, they are some students. So the 3 sentences are in positive structure. So we can use the word some, some. Perfect. Okay, now we can also use the word some for question. All right, we can use the word some for question, but in this case, when we use the word some for question, is when it comes from someone offers something. When someone offers something, we use the word some in question. For example, we can say, do you want some apples? All right, this is a question, but even though we can use the word some, and here you can say, would you like some books to read? Is a question, but we can also use the word some because we offer. When you offer something, obviously in a question, we can use the word some. Okay, so let's continue. Now it is time for the word any. Any is for negative structure, right? Negative structure. So for example, we can say, there is not any water in the fridge. There is no water in the fridge. You see, there is no water in the fridge. So this is negative. Is that it's not any water in the fridge. You see, not at all. So it's negative, so we can use the word any. You can also say, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. You see, don't, do not is a negative, so we can use the word any. Perfect. Okay, well, as you can see, we can use the word any for uncountable nouns. Both water and money uncountable nouns. We can use the word any. And also for countable nouns. Absolutely. For example, we can say, okay, let me use something else. There aren't any students in the classroom. Okay, so there aren't any students in the classroom. So as you can see, this is any for countable nouns, but in negative way. Okay, so let's continue, dear students. All right, don't go, stay where you are. We still have something else to share. Now we have the word no. No has a negative meaning of negative idea, but it works in positive structure. Okay, no is a negative idea, but it works in positive structure. Okay, positive. Give a minute. There you go. Positive structure. So what this means, for example, take a look. You can say, I have no friends. So even though the structure is positive, the meaning of the idea is negative. So I have no friend. It's the same that we say, I don't have any friends. You see? So the word no here, no, Jesus, hold on. Okay, so the word here, no, is the same like any. I have no friends, or you can also say, I don't have any friends. Both sentences are correct, but the way we use the word no is a positive structure, but the idea is positive. All right, bring it on. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue with something else. This is going to be the last part, and then you carry out more activities. By the way, in the next week we're gonna have a oral test next week. So I'm going to set up a new schedule for you. Probably those students who study in the afternoon at Hulokatibare home, we can carry out the test face to face. So prepare yourself. You have to study everything about the unit number 2. This, what we studied right now. Okay? Bring it on. Now let's practice. How much? Alright? How much is basically for quantitative, okay? So if we want to know the amount of something, okay? So how much basically works with uncountable nouns. Uncountables, okay? Uncountable nouns, perfect. So in other words, we can say how much money. We can also say how much water, how much sugar, and so on, right? So all the nouns must be uncountable nouns. How much money, how much water, or how much sugar. And then we complete the question. Do you want? You see? So how much money do you want? Or we can say how much water is there in the fridge? You see? And the last one, how much sugar for the cake? You see? How much sugar for the cake? So the word or the questions in this case is how much for uncountable nouns. Not difficult to understand, right? So let's move on. Now we have obviously yes. How many? How many? How many? Again for quantitative. Quantitative, right? So how many? In this case is for yes. Countable nouns. Okay, but in plural. Okay, but in plural. Plural. There you go. Remember, at the beginning of this class, we said that countable nouns can be either singular and plural. So when it comes to work with how many, remember it's quite important to keep in mind when we're going to use countable nouns in plural. For example, we can say, how many children, how many dogs, how many dollars, how many countable nouns in plural, right? And then we can finish the question. We said, how many children does your sister have? There you go. So there's a question. The other one, how many dogs can you see? How many dogs can you see? So how many, and then countable noun in plural. And the last one, how many dollars do you have in the pocket? In your, pocket. There you go. Yes, that's it for today, dear students. This is a review for the unit number 2. Tomorrow we continue with a new topic. For me, it's quite important you guys review, alright? Study over and over again. Remember, the next week we're gonna have an oral test. So prepare yourself. I'm gonna start a schedule, and I'm going to write in our WhatsApp group. So those who study here, perfect. The other students, we can carry out the activity by Zoom. So thank you very much, dear student, for having me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.